Welcome back to another episode. We're excited to be here. This is episode 97.
Actually, I think it's actually 98. I forgot to change it on our notes this week. It is 90.
Makes episode 100 all that much closer.
That is 2 weeks away.
It's right around the corner.
Yep.
Big stuff. Big stuff.
Yeah, I think so. We can't announce it yet, though.
We can't announce it yet. I know our amazing producer, Chris Stone from Cast Ahead. If you need anything podcasting, he's the guy to go to. He's in our show notes. Check him out.
You said his name and he didn't appear.
Yeah, that was not. Yeah, it's like the little genie from what was that show? I know it was I Drove Genie, but it wasn't Kazoo.
Yes.
What show am I thinking of?
Chris, I'm sure Chris is Googling it in the background.
Yeah, it was a cartoon guy, but I can't remember the show now. I loved that show as a kid. Anyway, it's kind of like that little noise. But yes, if you need anything great for podcasting, Chris is your go-to. I know Chris has something special teed up for us. He hasn't told us what it is. Stephanie, our PR person now for Lancaster Connects, knows what it is. Maybe I have a theory. So maybe some of our former guests know what it is. That's the theory I have, that they're tied in somehow.
Okay.
And we might have something really big.
Now it is
really big for 2 weeks from now, but we will for sure have something really big leading up through the end of summer. It'll just be if we can work it out for episode 100.
Right. If it's not for episode 100, it's no big deal. It's still going to happen.
No.
We can't tell you quit yet.
Yeah. So
all in due time.
And we have a lot of cool things coming up here for the show. Bring you interesting guests and fun guests and guests that might say, wow, these guys are kind of a big deal.
So Amy said it's the Great Gazoo from the Flintstones.
Gazoo, that's what it was. Not kazoo, Gazoo.
That's
right.
I was just
Thank you, Amy.
I was just talking. Yeah, there he is. Yes.
Yes.
TV programming now, like my son, he's 8 or 9. He's 9. Watching, like, he's just searching on YouTube, baseball highlights, Dude Perfect, whatever. And I was talking to Lindsay, like, TV program is completely different now than it was when we were young. Like, we had the Flintstones to watch. We had Tom and Jerry. We had, whatever was on TV. You just flip through the channels, right? Now, like, you just call up whatever you want and it's there in front of you. Like the Great Kazoo.
Yeah. You had to wait once a week for your show.
That's right. But man, the Flintstones were awesome. The Jetsons, remember the Jetsons?
Jetsons were good. Yeah. What was your favorite cartoon? Chime in.
Oh, that's a good question. It's a good way to get your comment in.
Yeah, that is a good one.
To win a great prize. We'll spin the prize later at the end of the show for all of the people. We may have lost our guest.
Yeah.
Hopefully she's coming back. We were just joking about thunderstorm and maybe losing power, and we were just notified on the background that maybe our guest had gone. So could be a Ben and Jeff show. Hopefully not. But give us your comments.
I'm not prepared for we're directly Ben and Jeff show.
You could talk for an hour. I don't know if I could. We could banter.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
You know me. So, we would like to have your comments during the show. Any commenter will be entered into our prize wheel spin at the end of the show to win a great gift: tumblers, Less Nor More Cuddle drinkware, or
the on-the-go bundle. And I have a little reference to this. It's a long reference. But we have time. We're on the spot here. We have to fill time while Chris does his thing, and he doesn't have any time for sound effects right now because he's figured out what's going on with it. Yeah,
additional banter is totally fine.
Yeah, so this is a really great on-the-go travel bundle. I love the little pillow that's in here. It's right there. I actually use a pillow this size in my truck. Put my arm on it because I got shoulder problems, and it keeps it up. And
a little extra cushion there.
So I was like, you know what? I'm looking at a truck. In Warren Island. Oh, Liz is back. Fantastic. We can wrap up the story. We'll bring Liz on. But anyhow, it's appropriate to what we do here. So, I loathe driving in New York City. I will not do it. So I'm looking at buying this truck from afar. Videos, photos, FaceTime chats, and then having it shipped. And it reminds me, we can do that kind of thing here too. We can help you shop from afar. We have a whole workflow set up for it. And we have a Zoom account set up for it. And so if you're interested to learn more about what we do and you don't exactly live around the corner and you can't exactly come in, we could always invite you into the store through your phone.
Yeah, we've done that numerous times.
Yep. And so, so maybe I get this truck, maybe I don't. We'll see.
You'll find the right one if it's not the right one.
I wanted this one to work, but I'm not sure it will. So we'll flush it out. But we can have you come into the store that way virtually and do some groundwork and make your shopping experience either all virtual and in the store, hybrid. Could be fun. So I think we've saved enough time. Our guest is backstage. We've gone over that when you comment, you're in the prize later. We'd love for you to hit the react button on the show. Hit that love button.
Doesn't matter what platform you're in.
Yep.
Facebook, YouTube, Gardener's Mattress and more, Lancaster Connects. We're everywhere.
We love all the reactions, the likes, the comments, the shares.
Love the shares.
Yep. Share it. Say, hey, I love the show. Love how Gardener supports our local community and charities. That'd be great. We'd appreciate that. And again, if you enter in comments, you get in for the prize wheel. So that's that. Without too much further ado, we'll bring our guest on. Let's welcome Liz Ackerman from the Northern Lancaster County Chamber of Commerce. Liz, welcome.
Hello.
Glad you could come back.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. It literally, as you guys started and we're talking, power went out for not even a second, but that knocked out all of my internet.
Of course it did. Well, it came back on pretty quickly. I know at home it takes seemingly feels like it forever, but it's probably 10 minutes to come back on, till the modem resets and it, reconnects and everything. So I'm impressed that you got back this quickly.
Yes. Well, we are lucky that we had Windstream as our, doing all of our internet here. So, they're pretty quick about getting it up, and restarted here in downtown Ephrata.
That's good. And it was just funny. Pre-show, you were saying something about the power going out. That never happens.
I know.
Jinxed it.
It's great.
I will still stand by that statement though, because I'm still so excited that it's finally raining. Because we really, really need it, particularly our farmers. So I will take the technology glitches. I have my phone at the ready now. So if I need to switch over to my iPhone, I can.
I educated Ben on a farmer phrase this morning.
Yes, you did.
Knee high by the 4th of July.
Oh, corn.
What crop does that relate to?
It's corn. Yeah, you want to have it knee high by the 4th of July. I'm a dairy farmer's daughter, so anything I'm going to have reference.
That's what I grew up on, is dairy farm.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yep.
I never heard that.
Yeah, I had to educate the city slicker.
Pretty much it. Yeah, Boyertown.
Well, we'll be lucky if we can get to that because of the lack of rain that we've had. It's been pretty hard to. I'm not sure if we're going to get knee high by the 4th of July, unfortunately.
There'll be a later season for sure.
Yes.
Well, Liz, why don't you tell everybody listening and watching and who will listen and who will watch what the mission is there of your chamber and there in Ephrata in Northern Lancaster County?
Sure, absolutely. Well, our official mission is to connect business and community leaders to those who live, learn, and work in Northern Lancaster County. But to really kind of tone that down, we really focus on anyone who wants to be doing business in Northern Lancaster County, helping them to make those connections and to really foster the overall, not only economic health of Northern Lancaster County, but Lancaster County in general, and just understanding the vibrancy of the Northern Lancaster County region. So we are really the connector for those who want to be making an impact in our area.
So what communities, if you've lived in Lancaster a long time, you know what communities might be in the Lancaster, Northern Lancaster County portion, but what communities, can you highlight a few for our listeners and watchers?
Sure, because I get obviously that question quite frequently. So technically, we always refer to our area of focus is everything above Route 30 and to the east of 72. However, traditionally, I usually just highlight the school districts that we are really covering and working with, and that is Ephrata, Cocalico, Eastern Lancaster County, otherwise known as Garden Spot, and Warwick. We also touch in some of the other school districts, but those 4 school districts are our primary area of focus. So you're looking at Ephrata, Denver, Lidditz, Leola, Akron, New Holland, Adamstown. That whole Northern Lancaster County chunk is where we focus our programming and opportunities for our members to be able to connect and grow.
Gotcha. So you said north of 30 and east of 72.
Correct.
Yep, that makes sense. Yep. Does, a business need to be within those borders to be a member of the chamber?
That's a great question. And the answer is no. So as I had said, we exist for anybody who wants to be doing business in Northern Lancaster County.
Okay.
And increasingly, that is a lot of companies and individuals who want to be having a presence here. So our membership actually pulls from all over Lancaster County. We also have members that come to us from Lebanon County, and we are seeing more and more coming from the Berks County area because our border is so porous with Berks County. So we have a number who are starting to engage with our Northern Lancaster County community just because they really see the opportunities here and they want to be a part of it.
Yep. I have been driving the 222 route from Berks County to this area of Lancaster around Park City Mall, Route 30 East, Greenfield for
You're going to show your age, man.
23 years.
Okay.
I could chronicle all of the expansion
Good.
in both directions on 30. I can chronicle the expansion of 222, turning it from,
The road to nowhere to actually something.
Something that looks like a highway, although it's still kind of convoluted. The multiple repavings, which we're in now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the year.
I've lived it all route. And, we do have an interesting border there with Berks and Lancaster. I dropped my son's friend off from football practice. I'm like, this is Cocalico School District, because it was in Adamstown where the old water, well water place was where you could pour.
Oh, Crystal Springs. Yes, I know where you mean. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And this kid Chase just lives like a couple blocks back behind there. I'm like, this is Adamstown. This is Cocalico. He says, no, it's actually, I'm a Wilson kid, but my neighbor's a Cocalico kid and the other neighbor's a Governor Mifflin kid.
Yeah, there's a very specific port. Adamstown actually has a Lancaster County and a Berks County portion. And so it's very interesting how that falls. Adamstown zip code is actually 19501. It's not 17, it's 19.
Oh, wow.
So it's pretty interesting. I lived in Adamstown for a number of years. That's where my first house was. So
seems like a setup for like the Dr. Seuss, like butter battle book.
What you're talking
on this,
about.
On this side of the street, these kids gang up on this side of the street.
Okay.
Just, it sounds ready for that. Like some silly thing.
Well, I think it's just waiting for you to write it, apparently.
There we go.
You could probably.
I don't know that it'd be all that good. I don't know. Yeah.
Hey, Liz, how did the Northern Lancaster County Chamber get its start? When did it start? How did it get started? All that.
Sure. So we're actually tremendously old. Last year we celebrated our 100th anniversary.
Wow.
So it started in 1922 as the Ephrata Chamber. And it was started by a group of local businessmen who wanted to provide opportunities to be able to help support and really help grow the business in Ephrata. And then over the years, it continued to expand. It became the Ephrata Area Chamber of Commerce as it started to have a larger area of coverage. And then we adopted our name to be rebranded to the Northern Lancaster County Chamber of Commerce over 4 years ago. And that was done to have a better reflection of the area that we actually covered. And so we have been the Northern Lancaster County Chamber of Commerce since that time, and have really seen really strong growth over the last 4 years in our engagement with our members and also the number of members that we have. We're currently standing at over 445 members. And as I had mentioned, they come from all over. So it's not just Northern Lancaster County, but really the organization itself is one that has been able to remain vital and active and continue to grow to meet the needs of the business community here in Northern Lancaster County, which we're extremely proud of. We really believe that the region has a lot of different things going for it and has really been able to have a tremendous amount of growth and impact, not only for our businesses, but for the communities that we serve.
Wonderful. While you were talking there, it kind of sparked a question. So if you're a business owner like Gardner's Match or somewhere, let's say, and you're part of the Lancaster County Chamber, you could also be part of the Northern Lancaster County Chamber of Commerce as well. Is that correct?
That is correct. And we actually have quite a number of members who are members with us and also members of other chambers. Lancaster County as a whole is kind of interesting because it's such a large county. We actually have 6 chambers. A lot of people don't realize this. So the best way to think about it, I always say this is my TED talk on chambers in Lancaster County. It is within Lancaster County, you have the macro chamber, and that is the Lancaster County Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And they are based in Lancaster City. And they are the large chamber that covers the entire county. They are really active with a lot of our larger employers. And they also are the chamber that does really important lobbying at the state, county level on behalf of businesses. So they're the politically active chamber. And then completely separate from them, you have what we like to call micro chambers. And the micro chambers are specifically focused on a geographic region within Lancaster County and focus on providing opportunities and programmings to the region that they cover. So you've heard about the Northern Lancaster County Chamber of Commerce, but we also have a Southern Lancaster Chamber of Commerce, a Manheim Area Chamber of Commerce, a Mount Joy Area Chamber of Commerce, and Elizabethtown Area Chamber of Commerce. And all of those chambers exist to provide opportunities for the businesses where they are. We're all a little bit different, but we do interact with one another. As a matter of fact, I will be doing with the Southern Lancaster County Chamber of Commerce a joint business after hours mixer on Thursday of this week at the Barnstormers. And our members are all coming together to be able to connect and to grow and to really just provide other opportunities for them to be able to interact with different businesses from throughout the county.
I didn't realize there were so many chambers.
I didn't either.
That's a normal reaction whenever I have this very exciting conversation.
Yeah. I mean, I went to the big, I think it's the big chamber, the overarching chambers dinner when they had Carson Wentz in town, you know, which is now, that's like a cuss word
Right.
amongst Eagles fans in the area.
Well, you should have been to my 100th anniversary dinner last month. I had Dick Vermeil, and let me tell you, he is a sweetheart. He is such a
What was,
he was wonderful.
What was the most interesting thing about Dick Vermeil?
I think the most interesting thing about him was really just how personable he was. Anyone could walk up to him and have a conversation with him, and he would just put your arm around you and he would just start talking to you. And it didn't matter if it was a sports question or if it was just a conversation in general regarding anything. He was so just open and really just looking to have an opportunity to interact with people. I think for me, the best part was the fact that I'm actually not a sports person. This is a well-known fact. This isn't something that, people don't know about me. But I thought that just his overall presentation speaking on leadership was so relevant. It didn't matter that, I wasn't a huge football fan because he didn't make it about sports. He made it about the leadership journey and tools he had garnered through interacting and leading his players, as well as the different coaches that he worked with and also had to compete against. And I think overall, that was really what I took away from it.
Very nice. So, on that note of, the leadership discussion, what kind of resources does your chamber offer in that regard? Leadership development, obviously connecting business to business is good. Connecting business to economic region is good. But I know a lot of times business owners kind of need a little more edge. They need a little more input and education. Is there any resources like that you offer?
We do. So obviously, as a Chamber of Commerce, we're happy to sit down with any of our members and work through the challenges that they're facing. And my goal with that is to help connect them with fellow members who either have the tools that they're looking for when it comes to leadership development, if that's a very specific thing. But more likely than not, what I have found is when sitting down and talking with my businesses and what they're struggling with or where they're looking to have more context, it's almost always 100% more beneficial to be able to connect them to a fellow business leader who's within our chamber who either has experience with the specific issue that they're going through, or can be a touch point to actually have that conversation as a comrade who can really provide more context and impactful guidance than if it was just me doing a leadership course for them. Being able to provide that network where individuals and our businesses can lean on one another to be able to kind of almost have a web where if they are having an issue, or if they're looking for support, or if they have a customer who needs, for example, a mattress, if they know that they have a trusted connection with another chamber member who they know is going to treat this individual well and provide the level of service that they would expect if they were doing that, then it is much better to be able to provide those connections for them. We also do educational programming every single month that is provided free of charge to our members. It's our third Thursday lunches, in which we do lunch and learns that are provided in partnership with SCORE of Lancaster and Lebanon. They are a nonprofit organization that provides tools for small business owners and really experts in all different areas of business that we then partner with, and they present those presentations. We also do chamber chats wherein I will recruit a panel of my members on a specific business topic, and they share their expertise on that. In both of these cases, we have open question and answer and really facilitate opportunities for our members to be able to connect at a higher level.
That's awesome.
Very good. Very good. And so, that's kind of some of the benefits that the chamber offers. What kind of impact does the chamber have on the community there up in the north part of the county?
I think the biggest impact that we have is providing that real opportunity for our members to be able to interact with one another and create those connections here in Northern Lancaster County. There is something to be said for being able to know that you can call upon someone and be able to find the expert in an area that is going to, as I said before, treat your customers the way you would like to have them treated. And we also work to determine, okay, what are pressure points within our businesses and communities that we can help lend a voice to and hopefully provide opportunities for connections to solve problems on. We also are a really big proponent of having active members that are nonprofits. So we have over 50 nonprofits that are members of our Chamber of Commerce, specifically because we know that in every single community, there are pressure points. But I also know that I have professional nonprofit organizations that are in existence that really have ways to address those issues in a community. And sometimes they just don't have the opportunity to connect with our for-profit businesses to be able to see how they can have an impact. So we have our nonprofit members, and they are participating in all of our different events and really making those connections, which results in a stronger impact for the community because our for-profits can partner along with our nonprofits in areas where they would like to have an impact, and they can do so in a professional and very thought out way that has a stronger impact for the community as a whole.
I noticed on the website, maybe Chris can bring it up while we're talking here. Like if you're a community member in the Northern Lancaster County area and you're looking for trusted resources for specific things, plumber, let's say, instead of just going to Google, which, anybody can do, they can go to the Northern County Chamber of Commerce website and find trusted plumbers right there, right? Like that's one of the ways the site can help.
Do that. And as it happens quite frequently, if they don't want to use the website because they get a lot of phone calls, they can always just call the chamber too. Mm-hmm. And we are more than happy to help provide recommendation, but also ask questions as to what they really need. With over 440 members, they're very diverse. And sometimes it's just determining, okay, who's going to be the best fit for what their needs are. Right. As you can see, the plumbing organizations that we have are Ames Mechanical and Cocalico Plumbing and Heating. And I can personally vouch for both of them, not only because they're members, but I've used their services. Right. So it's wonderful to have that level of familiarity when you are working and having the ability to help people choose who they would like to utilize within their communities, or just be aware that these businesses are in our community. Obviously, you have some standard businesses, but then we're excited about the fact that, or I'm always excited about this fact, and the non-traditional businesses that people never think about that exist within our community, and are having an impact here in Northern Lancaster County.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And so if you just to interject, if you would like to call Liz, and if you are a listener of Lancaster Connects, you wouldn't be seeing it because it's on the screen now, but the phone number there is 717-738-9010. And, it's a really nice, helpful thing, I think, to be able to reach out and call somebody and talk one-on-one about, hey, this is the thing that I need. Maybe you want to put a big retaining wall in your backyard, and, there's a big conversation about that. Then, Liz, maybe you could be able to at least speak intelligently about why one company might be a better fit in a certain spot over another, like you did in the plumbing example. So that's a really nice resource to have for some of those types of businesses.
Yeah. And for our members, a lot of times what members will do is they will reach out to me and say, hey, I am in need of a lawyer because I need to do something with my business. And I'll be very honest and say, all right, this is what I need you to do. I need you to send me an email saying exactly what you're looking for. And then I will just forward the context of that email, not the contact for who it is, out to all of the chamber members who are lawyers to say, okay, we have a member who is in need of this service. Can you please tell me, do you do this? Is this what you specialize in? And if so, who should they contact at your office to get more information? And that is really helpful for my members because it saves the time from having to call around if they don't have that connection. And my lawyer members, for example, are really great about getting back to me and saying, we actually don't specialize in that list. That sounds like that's going to be more of a personal lawyer because you're looking at wills or estates. So that's not our area of focus. Great. That allows me to then guide them to options where they can then determine who's the best fit for them. And I will touch upon one thing here. A lot of times people say, oh, well, don't you hate having so many businesses that are similar in your chamber? You saw the list. There's quite a few lawyers and we have quite a few lady bankers. And my answer to that is no. I want to have as many different businesses who are in the same industry as possible as part of my chamber. And this is why. When you are doing business, it's always personal. And you need to ensure that you're going to find the right contact for you. So you need to make sure that whatever business you are interacting with, do they complement you? Is their culture what you want it to be? The response time, just how do they interact with you? And not every business is the same. So dependent upon what your needs are and how you want to be treated, that really can help to determine a positive experience. So I'd rather be able to give people a smorgasbord of opportunities than just one entree. And if you don't like that entree, let's say it's chicken. If you really wanted beef, well, sorry, all I can have is chicken. I'd much rather be able to say, here's a smorgasbord with every single protein you could possibly imagine. Select the one that's going to best fit your needs.
Yeah. Liz, I'm going to put you on the spot. Can we test your recommendation services right here, right now?
You can give it a try. I do the best I can.
All right. I likely will be in need of appliance repair. Do you have anybody that does appliance repair in the Northern Lancaster County area?
Well, it just depends on the appliance.
Dishwasher and clothes washer. All my washers are potentially failing.
You got a teenager and a young one.
True,
for
yeah.
that. They can
get scrubbing.
Take it back to the old days, like cartoon once a week.
Off the top of my head, and I'm usually pretty good about this, I'm not sure that I have any members that specialize in appliance repair. We do have a number of businesses within Northern Lancaster County that do that, however, that I can connect you with. But as far as members that specifically specialize in that, unfortunately, no.
Okay. That's fair. Maybe I'll use one of them and make a recommendation for them to be a chamber member. Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's a dying trade, unfortunately.
It is. And I always say, I don't have a member who does that yet because I'm always looking for new members to be able to bring that in all different industries. It's important to have an open mind.
I can attest to your one lawyer, RKG, Russell Kraft Gruber.
Yep.
They were fantastic, helping me. My son, his first vehicle, a Ford Ranger truck, we knew it was a fixer-upper when we bought it. Took it to a mechanic. We sent a new engine in to get put in and swapped out. and the mechanic decides to just close the doors. And my son's truck has the engine, the old engine out, the parts scattered everywhere, the new engine in disarray. And, and RKG was fantastic. They were, you talk about finding a company that complements in the right skill set. The legal shark they had there was able to put a case of, through some of the garage and family's communications to me, basically a massive case where had we gone to court, it would have been, about $30,000-$40,000 in damages for a truck that was never worth that much new.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was because of their dealings and the various rules that they broke along the way. And so I was fortunate to be able to settle that out and turn what was a okay situation, bad to disaster, bad to back to just like, all right, we're glad to be out of this with some, some money out of it. But yeah, it's a testament to working with the right team, the right people in the right moment for the job. So.
Absolutely. And I can definitely speak towards, they are very involved with the chamber and actually have individuals who serve on committees in the nest. There is not a fire emergency in my building, but unfortunately, I'm not sure that's going to stop anytime soon.
Chris can probably make that disappear in the background. He can do that.
I'm sure.
I don't think echo cancellation handles fire drill.
He just plays the sound effect.
That's funny. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we put a pin in it for now? I think, Chris, if we put Liz backstage for a moment, we can we can talk about what we've got going on here.
Yeah, we can kind of
and then we can come back and finish up about some upcoming events and volunteer.
See what's going on.
Yeah, okay. And let us know in the chat in the background.
Thank you.
Hey, this is what happens when you live stream things, when you work without a net, so to say.
That's right. Liz is a good sport about it.
She's a good sport, running a great organization there. I was dying to get the chamber's opinion on the double diamond construction that's been finished now at 222 and 322.
Oh,
yeah, that whole fancy pants double diamond way to divert traffic. What? Have we seen an economic boom? Have we at least seen a emotional outburst, downturn of people road raging
right
in and around that section? So I was dying to ask that one.
I think I only went through there one time, and I was.
It's an experience the first time. It's an experience. So we'll wait to see what's going on there with Liz, and this is the fun of live streaming a podcast show.
I've got a gardener's testimonial. I could.
Okay, well, let's do it. Yeah, we're going with the flow. So yes,
right. All right. So. This came in within the last week, and I thought this was interesting for a reason. John from Lancaster bought a mattress for his son. He said, I took my son, who is now the size of a grown man, in for his first new mattress.
Got one of those.
Yes, right. Happens quickly. The owner was very helpful, knowledgeable, and patient. We saw a range of options and a range of prices. We were very pleased with the visit. And the product selection, I couldn't be more satisfied. Now, Jeffrey, did you work with John?
I did not, and I thought that's where this is going.
I did not work with John either.
Yep.
But John was so impressed by the salesperson he worked with. I think it was probably Drew. I'm making an assumption there, but could have been Chad. You've seen walking around. Could have been Phil.
It could have been anybody here.
But they handled their time with John, our customer John, as if they were owners of the business. And that's just like
it's a big
fantastic for business owners to have people working for them who care enough to treat customers the way we want customers to be treated. And of course, how customers expect to be treated. And then when they say something like that, the assumption was, I'm sure whoever it was didn't say, yeah, I'm the owner. Like they wouldn't do that. So the fact that John said, really thought he was working with the owner, that means a lot to us. So I thought that was interesting when that came in. It's not me, not Jeff. we don't really work with customers much. anymore. And again, testament to a great staff.
I actually worked with our first customer this morning for a long time.
Yeah, you did. And you sold a bed.
I would say quite possibly, would it be a stretch to say the first of the year?
Well, yeah,
I missed a few months for me, and
yeah.
I will say the first since my knee replacement, which is February 13th.
Yep.
So
got a great staff here.
I felt rusty. Working the computer.
Where do you find this thing?
Yeah. But anyhow, so my sleep better tip, I actually slept terribly last night. Not ashamed to admit it. It's not because of the mattress.
It happens.
It wasn't because of my amount of productivity or activity. I actually had a lot of activity, but I just tossed and turned all night. And I realized I'm looking at this big decision on my next vehicle, which I'm tremendously consternating about. And I think that's what it was. And so the recommendation would be, and we can send you these kinds of tips and many more with our Sleep Better book, it would be to try to at least put a pin in those big decisions, those big stress moments, those things that are ongoing. Try to set it aside before you go to sleep and not take it to bed. Because holy cow.
It can, you know, a lot.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing it the right way. You're getting multiple opinions. You're getting all the resources. Like you said, you can't see some of these that you're considering in person. So yeah, but it's a big decision.
It is. And so if mattress buying is a big decision for you, we'll help you with that. Our Sleep Better book. You can go to gardnersmattressandmore.com/sleep-better. See, I'm off my game so much. It's my job to turn that around. I was a little too sleepy and I forgot. But yeah, we will send you the book for free in the mail. Just go there, give us your information, and we'll send it off. And about sleep habits, sleep tips, sleep routine, and we'll get you fixed up pretty quick.
Yep.
So you got to follow the advice, and I didn't follow that advice, and I paid for it. Paid for it last night.
We're all allowed some mistakes, right?
Yeah. So we've got some other stuff coming up.
We do.
Our remodeling sale. Boy, you know, I had to bite my tongue when Liz said the big chamber, the umbrella chamber, or the macro chamber, I think.
Macro chamber, yeah.
Does the lobbying at the county level. Well, at the county level, I got some problems.
Got a lot of problems with you people. Now you're going to hear about.
No, not so much a problem.
That.
We're doing a remodeling of our entry. And part of that inexplicably has to involve the rainwater on our awning.
The same rainwater that's been falling on this building for the last 30 plus years.
Yeah. Apparently the city is very involved and wants to know about the rainwater that's falling on the current awning and how the rainwater is going to fall on the new awning. And it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but our contractor is working through it. And so I wonder if I should reach out to the macro chamber for some help if we get any more delays. Because we're ready to launch our remodeling sale.
Right.
And we have a lot of stuff that we can get rid of. We've been remodeling really for a year.
That's true. Paint.
It's kind of like a never ending home thing when you're doing your kitchen and your bathrooms and your bedrooms. Yeah. We've paint. We've done the Tempur-Pedic gallery. We've done our sign. And now to wrap it all up and, the walls. A little privacy
partitions.
Yep. Makes it a little comfortable for you to try a mattress out. So you don't feel like we're staring at you.
Yeah.
Which we don't do.
No. I do really like these. At first, I mean, we were, how many years? We had 12 plus years in the store, right? It felt like it was just different, right? Like it's kind of like putting on a new shoe. It was like, oh, this is weird for, a couple days. Well, this was like, this is like, when like Jerry puts the cabinets in his kitchen and it totally blocks off the view. Like that's the way I felt initially, but I love it. I love it now. I love the feeling that customers can lay down comfortably without everybody staring at them. And, it's a really nice privacy when testing a bed. So yeah, they're great.
So we've been remodeling really for a year. These various projects, and our awning is to kind of give an update to the front of the store, and it's due time. So we're anxious and we're ready and we have the tags made. And truth be told, if you come in and say, hey, what's that remodeling sale thing all about? We'll hook it up. But we're ready to shoot that email off. We've got the Facebook posts ready.
Mm-hmm.
We just need the contractor to say, I have the approval to manage the rain that was always going to be managed, to manage it in the same way it's been managed.
There you go. Yes. No, it wasn't. Our partitions are not to the ceiling, but that was the first walking in was like, oh yeah, this is different.
Yep. So we've got that right around the corner. So stay tuned for more. I'm hoping Liz is okay. Hopefully we didn't just have like in Philly, I-95 fell down. And so
she had to go outside like, I'm sorry, she had to go outside like a kid at elementary school.
Line up with
they're all outside.
Yeah. Hopefully, we didn't late breaking news. The office is there.
Right.
Hopefully everybody's okay.
Yeah.
I really do mean that. I don't mean to kid.
Yep.
But yeah, I-95 collapsed and there was like
crazy,
with technology, somebody Twitter feed video that out as they are driving through the southbound side. That's got a big old dip in it. Yeah. I saw that video. So
it's like people that drive through like a foot of rainwater.
Yeah.
Like you just don't do that.
Yeah. So at any rate, we're probably going to land this airplane, so to say, land this show, I think, because it's about that time. I think the only thing we have to do is prize a letter. We've had some good comments. Amy's tuned in. I saw Amy said, we're sleeping away from home on a mattress that isn't hers. Yep. That's right. Jonna. Hi, Jonna. Jonna wants the Southern Chamber on next. Well, hook it up. Let us know. Let us know who to talk to. We'll have our people call your people. And you're right, Amy. The partitions do make it easier for a nap. And after my sleepless night, I need one. So
maybe that's
Nathan
where
checked in.
Go hide. They hide behind a partition and take a nap.
Yeah, Nathan checked in. Hey, Nathan, checking in from YouTube, which is the cool part about this show. Again, you can watch it on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. We got the trifecta. John Harrisman tuned in from LinkedIn. See?
Yes, we did. Look, right there in a row. Yeah. LinkedIn, YouTube.
Go put a bet
Facebook.
on a local trifecta at your horse betting place tonight.
And John didn't make fun of me this week.
Well, that's good.
I mean, normally it's some like disparaging comment about me. I mean, John, you're great.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you for leaving me alone.
So we've got a good prize pool for the prize later. So I guess it's time to fire that up.
Wait. What spoiler alert is? Oh, she's saying it's her.
Oh,
yeah. Well, tell her where to go to fill out a guest form.
Lancaster. Oh, he didn't do that part. See, we're all out of sorts. Sleepless night, fire alarm, truck. But you want to be a guest on this great show. LancasterConnects.com/guest. That gets it started. And we will have our people reach out to you and or your people.
Yeah. I think we're booking into July. I mean, we are kind of working into the summer here.
We are.
Billy
Zarello. Hey, Billy, how are you? Thank you for tuning in. Billy gets in just at the end for the prize later.
Right.
See if it pays off.
Never know. The prize later sometimes has a mind of its own.
We'll fire it up and get it started.
It's good to see so many comments.
It is.
Amy
Hoffman is our winner. Amy, congratulations. So you get your choice of the Less Snore, More Cuddle drinkware or...
Oh, I almost dropped them.
We're really working without a net on this.
You don't need to get one of these that may have a dent in them.
Or the on-the-go bundle. So your choice, come on in. And anytime we're open and grab a prize, say I was the prize winner on the June 12th show. Well, that's it. We got a great guest next week. And then it's our 100th episode. And then we'll be talking about this big news. Big news.
Big news.
All right. Till the next connection. See you next week.